Game of the Week is brought to you by H.R. Clough, the home energy specialist, and Kearsarge Heating Oils. Kearsarge, free checking that pays, now available at Claremont Savings Bank. And La Valley Building Supplies, for home improvement and construction, from concept to completion.
Welcome back to Barnes Park here in Claremont, New Hampshire for the YCN Game of the Week, along with Andrew Zerhide. My name is Dave Collins, Dylan Hand and Alex Dodge on hand as well here. Crisp night, last night of September. So welcome you into YCN's Game of the Week. Temperatures in the mid-50s, cloudy skies, no wind to speak of. Our score as we start the fourth quarter, 12 minutes up on the board, 36-32. Stevens on top of Kearsarge. Direct snap goes to Tucker, and he gets about 2 yards, but that'll bring up fourth down for the Kearsarge Cougars. They come in with an overall record of 3-1, 2-1 in the league. And Stevens Cardinals undefeated, 4-0, 3-0 in the league. They beat Newport last week. Kearsarge has had a couple come from behind victories as well. Both teams play in Division III here in New Hampshire. Fourth down coming up for the Cougars. 4th and 5 from the Stevens 30. Kearsarge headed right to left. Wildcat offense. Direct snap to Norris. Fakes it. Norris, can he turn the corner? He's at the 30, brought down at the 28. Not enough for the first down. Turnover on downs by the Cougars. And Stevens will take over. As one of the Cardinals looks to be shaken up on the play, but getting right back up to the huddle is Zach O'Brien. Remember, lots of these players, Andrew, go both ways, play offense and defense, and sometimes even special teams.
Right, yeah, most of them, offense, defense, special teams, and I mean, they take a beating, and that's Zach O'Brien limping off the field right now. He has had a great game for the Cardinals. You don't like to see that. Oh, and then he falls once he gets off the field. He is in pain right now, and it looks like his left ankle or left knee. Oh, it looks like he might be cramping up. Might be his hamstring.
So we'll try to get you an update when we can. Stevens will start from their own 29-yard line. They went 99-plus yards last time. Ate off just over 5 minutes on the clock. They go to the air again. Open downfield is Smith. Can he get it? No, it's incomplete. And knocked away. Good coverage on defense for Kearsarge by Brody Messer and also Parker Pitts. They were downfield running stride for stride with the receiver for Stevens.
Yeah, nice job by Parker Pitts getting a hand on that ball, knocking it down from Parker Smith. And it really seems like tonight, whenever there's a ball anywhere near Parker Smith, he's going to get to it. He's going to give his best effort. So credit the Cougar cornerbacks there, making a great play on that one.
Injured player for Stevens. Looks like he jumped back into the ball game. This is only the second offensive drive for the Cardinals here in the second half. Their first one, they started just inside their own one, went 99-plus yards, and connected on a TD pass. Pitch back. Goes to Bell. Bell has the right-hand side. He's across the 40 and brought down there. Great open field tackle by, who is it? Number 32, Justin Norris for Kearsarge. Might have saved a touchdown there, but it's a Cardinals first down almost at midfield at their own 47.
Yeah, Justin Norris really getting in on the action on all three phases of the game, offense, defense, special teams. And right there, another good example, making an open field tackle. He was not going to let Richard Bell get by him. Good job by Justin Norris. He is really the heart and soul of this Kearsarge Cougar team.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals at their own 47. Action right in front of our broadcast position here at Barnes Park in Claremont tonight. Bork under center. Handoff inside. O'Brien gets across midfield into Cougar territory. Brought down at the 48-yard line. 36-32. Stevens leads by 4 points over Kearsarge as the clock ticks down. 10:23, 10:22 remaining here in the fourth quarter. We had a total of 62 points scored at halftime. Kearsarge had the 32-30 lead. Only 6 points scored here so far in the second half. That was by Stevens. They're looking for more right now. Bork under center, backs in the eyes behind him. 2nd and 5. Drops back to pass, looks left, being flushed from the pocket, rolling to the near sideline. Will tuck it under and get bumped out of bounds as he crosses the 45-yard line, close to a first down, and another injured Kearsarge player, that is Noah Tucker, near the Cardinals sidelines. 9:54 remaining in the fourth quarter. Stevens 36 and Kearsarge 32. As the Cougars training staff will come out to attend to the injured player, Noah Tucker. That is enough for a first down. So Stevens will have it 1st and 10 from just inside the 44-yard line of Kearsarge. And we'll take a break. We'll update you on the injury when we come back here from Barnes Park in Claremont. 9:54 remaining in the fourth. Stevens 36, Kearsarge 32. Cardinals with the ball, 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line of Kearsarge. When we come back, you're watching the YCN Game of the Week. The injured Kearsarge player, you can see him there, number 36, Noah Tucker, a junior, 5'7", 155 pounds. Walking off to the far sideline, that's where the Cougars are, under his own power, which is always a good sign. That run was enough for a first down for the Cardinals, so they have it 1st and 10 at the Kearsarge 43-yard line. 36-32, Stevens on top, 9:54 remaining in the fourth quarter here from Barnes Park in Claremont. This will be the 4th play of the drive coming up for the Cardinals. It started at their own 29-yard line. They move left to right in the red and black uniforms. Henry Bork, just a sophomore, 6 feet tall, 165 pounds, under center. Handoff this time, going to the right-hand side and being swamped there by a bunch of Cougars. Let's see who comes out of the bottom of the pile. That's Zachary O'Brien, the senior for the Cardinals. And another injured Cougar player is down on the field. Looks to be James Pritzker, 5'11", senior. He's shaken up on the play. Gain of about 5. And now he'll walk off under his own power. As the Stevens training staff will help him off. And the replacement coming in is Zach Goen, a 6-foot sophomore for Kearsarge. 2nd and 5 for the Cardinals. Ball at the Kearsarge 38. Clock will start up once again. 9:24, 9:23 to go here in the fourth.
Hey, local sports fans, the new YCN Sports Talk, co-hosted by our very own Jeremy Stout and Dave Collins, is every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. And 94.5 ESPN Radio's Franklin House Sports Talk Show is on YCN every weekday evening at 6 p.m. YCN, your local view.
Almost a full house backfield for the Cardinals. They hand it to the up man, and plowing through is O'Brien. Gets across the 35, down to about the 33. Officials say first down. Cardinals on the march.
That's enough for another Stevens.
6th play of the drive coming up for the Cardinals. 1st and 10 for Stevens at the Kearsarge 33. They've got the lead 36-32 with 8:50 remaining here in the fourth.
Ball on the 33.
We've only had 6 points scored here in the second half so far. That was Stevens scoring the touchdown after going 99-plus yards on their opening drive of the second half. We had 62 points scored in the first half. So the offense has calmed down just a bit. Again, 3 backs in the backfield behind Bork. Handoff this time right-hand side, and pushing forward is Bell. Bell still dragging tacklers as he gets down close to the Kearsarge 20-yard line. That's enough for another Cardinals first down.
That's enough for another Stevens.
Just seems like, Andrew, the offensive line is getting the push on Kearsarge, and I'm not sure if they're wearing the Cougars down or they wore them down in the first half, but the Cardinals have the advantage in size right now, and a timeout, and this might be a good call, called by the Cougars. So we have a timeout on the field here at Barnes Park. We will take one as well. 8:22 remaining in the fourth quarter. Cardinals with the ball in the lead, 36-32 over Kearsarge. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Back here at Barnes Park in Claremont, 8:22 remaining, fourth quarter. Stevens with the football in the lead, 36-32 over Kearsarge. Cougars called the timeout. They've got 2 left. Stevens with all 3.
Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil turning up the Heat Player of the Game when we'll pick the top performer in tonight's matchup.
7th play of the drive coming up for the Cardinals. It started at their own 29. They've eaten up almost 3 minutes off the clock. Bork under center. From the Kearsarge 16, 1st and 10. Handoff. McAllister gets about 2 yards before he's brought down at about the 12-yard line. So a big third down coming up for the Cardinals, and even a bigger third down coming up for the Kearsarge defense. Can they hold? 8 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Actually, it'll bring up 2nd down and 5 right now. Bork gets the play from the sideline, runs it in. Again, 3 backs in the backfield. O'Brien, Bell, and McAllister. Handoff this time to the left-hand side, and picking up maybe a yard is Richard Bell before he's brought down. Maybe a yard on the gain. And now it'll bring up a critical third down. Couple extra seconds tick off the clock. 7:23, 7:22. Stevens up 36-32. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. So third down, and the scoreboard says 5 yards to go. Can the Cougars hold here? 8th play of the drive coming up for the Cardinals. Started at their own 29. 7 minutes to go, fourth quarter. McAllister jumps in motion. A little bit of a mix-up. Bork goes back to pass, fires in the end zone. It is caught. Is he inbounds? No, they say incomplete. Official says incomplete. He was over the back end of the end zone. And so now a fourth down coming up for the Cardinals. Pass was caught, but out of bounds. And now the referee will stop. The clock has already stopped. And I think Stevens is going to call a timeout. They are. So both teams left with 2 timeouts. 4th down and 5 for the Cardinals at the Kearsarge 10. 6:52 to go in the fourth quarter. Stevens up 36-32. We'll find out what happens on 4th down when we come back after this timeout. This is the YCN Game of the Week. Critical timeout called by the Cardinals. Both teams with 2 left here in the second half. 6:52 remaining, fourth quarter. Stevens 36-32. Stevens has the ball. 4th down and 5 at the Kearsarge 10. A reminder, you can check out YCN Sports Talk with myself and Jeremy Stout Wednesdays. That's the premiere at 7:30 in the evening. We take your questions and comments. Sports Talk at YCNnow.com. Also looking for memorabilia. Whatever we got sports related, let us know about it. Sports Talk on YCN Wednesdays at 7:30. 6:52 to go. Fourth quarter. Stevens 4th and 5 at the Kearsarge 10. Bork under center. Critical 4th down here. Can the Cougars hold? Here's the pitch back. Trying the right-hand side. Here's Bell. Does he have it? It will be close. He's bumped out of bounds. And let's see what the official says. Fans down the far side of the field say first down. Official says first down. Stevens picks it up. Drive continues. And it's 1st and goal for the Cardinals. Just down at the 3-yard line of Kearsarge.
Our replays are brought to you by Kasasa, the catchy word for earning cash. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Claremont Savings Bank. Qualifications and rules apply. See them for details. Member FDIC.
11th play of the drive coming up for the Cardinals. It started at their own 29-yard line. Bork under center. 1st and goal from the 2. Handoff straight up the middle. Does he get in? That's O'Brien. And the officials say no. He has stopped short of the goal line. So 2nd down and goal from maybe the 1 for the Cardinals. Clock still ticking. 6:30, 6:29 to go.
Great job there by the Kearsarge defensive line. There's a brick wall shutting O'Brien down. Let's see if they can do it again.
O'Brien might have lost a couple of inches there. So 2nd and goal from the 2 for Stevens. They lead Kearsarge 36-32. Bork under center. He's got McAllister in the backfield, along with O'Brien, number 4, Bell, number 5. They give us to Bell, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. And the Cardinals increase their lead. And with 6:02 remaining here in the fourth quarter in Claremont, it's now Stevens 42 and Kearsarge 32. So a 12-play drive that goes 71 yards. And Stevens capitalizes again. Here in the second half, they've had a 99-plus yard drive and also a 71-yard drive. And they take 5:16 off the clock. And the Cardinals will try to go for 2. 3 men in the backfield behind Bork. Pitch out, right-hand side. Turning the corner is Bell. He's got the corner of the end zone. It's good for 2 more points. And the Cardinals' lead is now 12. 6:02 remaining in the fourth here in Claremont. It's now Stevens 42 and Kearsarge 32. We'll take a break. Be back with the kickoff from the Cardinals after this. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Along with Andrew Zerhide, I'm Dave Collins. Thanks for joining us. We're at Barnes Park in Claremont, New Hampshire tonight. Stevens Cardinals with a 44-32 lead over Kearsarge with 6:02 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It has been all Stevens. They trailed at halftime 32-30. You know, Andrew, we talked to some of the Kearsarge coaches pregame, and they said this game's going to be decided in the second half. Well, guess what? Cardinals have come to play in the second half. Kearsarge, the offense, just hasn't shown up as the kickoff is taken by Norris. Gets to the 25, now backtracks, trying to pull over to the right-hand side. Jumps a tackler at the 35, gets out to about the 39, and that's where the Cougars will start, 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line.
Our next Monday night high school game of the week will be the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers taking on the Hillsboro Hopkinton Red Hawks. In 2 weeks, it's Newport traveling to take on Mascoma.
The Stevens Cardinals defeated Newport earlier this season at Newport. Exciting game there to remain undefeated. Stevens comes in, as we mentioned, with a record of 4-0, 3-0 in the league. New Hampshire Division III. Kearsarge 3-1, 2-1 in the league. Stevens, though, has scored 14 points here in the second half. Kearsarge with nothing. Norris to take the Wildcat snap, possibly. He does. I don't know, the fake, though, and the snap goes right to Tucker, and Tucker plows ahead for maybe 2 yards. Cougars have to watch the clock now. 5:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Stevens 44, Kearsarge 32. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining here in the second half. Gain of 1.5, so call it second down and a long 8 for Kearsarge. The ball resting at their own 41-yard line. Everybody in tight for Stevens right now. Snap goes to Norris, tries to go up the middle, bumps over one. Stevens tackler gets out to the 45-yard line. That's a pickup of about 3 or 4 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for Kearsarge at their own 45-yard line. 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. And Norris walking away from the huddle, number 32 for Kearsarge. Just seems like the Cardinals have been the more physical team here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. They really have been. They've been taking it to the Kearsarge offense. And the Cardinals offense, the offensive line has really been strong, creating holes for the Cardinals. And yeah, the Cougars have not done well here in the second half so far.
Direct snap to Norris, rolls around the right-hand side, gets back to the line of scrimmage at the 45. He's pummeled down after he gets to the 47, though. A pickup of about 2, but that brings up 4th down for the Cougars at their own 47-yard line. 44-32, Stevens leading right now. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining on the fourth quarter clock, and this is a crucial 4th down for the Cougars if they have any chance for a comeback here in this football game in Claremont tonight.
Yeah, the Cougars, they got to go for it here. Can't, if you give the ball to the Cardinals, they can run the clock out very easily. Let's see what the Cougars do.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. 4th and 3. Norris with the direct snap. It looked like he was on his way, but he gets knocked down, and a huge stop for the Cardinals as Kearsarge turns it over on downs, and Stevens will take over 1st and 10 at the Kearsarge 48-yard line with 3:46 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Cardinals up 44-32.
Great job by the Stevens defense. I mean, that hit was almost as big as that play itself. Turnover on down. The Cardinals have the ball, under 4 minutes to go. Looks like they have this game pretty much wrapped up.
2 timeouts remaining for both teams. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Ball on the left hash at the Kearsarge 48-yard line. Cardinals will probably just keep it on the ground right here and hope to plow through. Handoff straight up the middle. Zachary O'Brien picks up about 4 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for Stevens. Clock ticking, 3:33, 3:32 remaining here in the fourth quarter in Claremont.
Our replays are being brought to you by Kasasa. Free checking that rewards in cash each month. Ask for Kasasa at Claremont Savings Bank. Qualifications and rules apply. See bank for details. Member FDIC.
Bork comes in off the sideline for Stevens. He wears number 12. Cardinals moving left to right here in the fourth quarter. They've got a 44-32 lead over Kearsarge. 3:09, 3:08 to go in the fourth. 3 backs behind Bork. 2nd and 6. Ball at the Kearsarge 44. Bork watching the clock tick down. Handoff up the middle again. It's O'Brien. Picks up maybe a yard, maybe a half yard. And he's knocked down. It'll bring up 3rd down now for the Stevens Cardinals. Kearsarge electing not to use any timeouts right now. Both teams left with 2 here in the second half. But the Cougars need 2 scores. They have not scored here in the second half. They went into the locker room, or to the other side of the field rather, at halftime with a 32-30 lead over Stevens. Cardinals have scored 14 so far in the second half. 3rd and 7 from the Kearsarge 44-yard line. Everybody in tight on defense for the Cougars as they stack the box. Bork under center. 3 backs behind him. Pitch out to the right-hand side. Here's Bell. Can he turn the corner? Yes. Does he have enough for the first down? Norris trying to wrap him up, and he'll be brought down still inbounds. The officials stop the clock. And will he have enough for a first down? The officials say yes. So 1:59 remaining in the fourth quarter. Cardinals get the first down, and that could pretty much seal the deal right now. Kearsarge has 2 timeouts, but they also need 2 scores. So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the Kearsarge 38-yard line. It's amazing to see. You mentioned 180, and that's exactly what happened here in the second half. Prolific scoring, 62 points total in the first half. Cougars went to the half with a 32-30 lead. Here's Bork under center with 1:30 to play in the fourth. Bork waiting for the snap. Handoff again. O'Brien plows through, right-hand side. Maybe a yard or 2. As he gets up a bit slow. And it'll bring up 2nd down for Stevens with 65 seconds to go here in the fourth. And now a timeout called by Kearsarge. So that leaves them with 1, Cardinals with 2. 62 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Stevens up 44-32. We'll take a timeout and be back to Barnes Park in Claremont, New Hampshire. After this, you're watching the YCN High School Football Game of the Week. Back here at Barnes Park in Claremont, New Hampshire. 62 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's Stevens 44, Kearsarge 32. Cardinals with 2 timeouts remaining. Kearsarge just called a timeout. They're left with 1. And they need a big stop. It's 2nd and 7, and they need 2 scores. Time a ticking away for the Cougars.
And I think it's time, Dave, to announce our H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. And, you know, I think we have to give it to Henry Bork of the Stevens Cardinals, quarterback.
6-foot sophomore for Stevens. As pickup of about 2 or 3 by O'Brien. And another timeout called, this time by Kearsarge. So they're out of timeouts, and we're down to 53.4 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Stevens with 2 timeouts remaining. And you're right, Andrew. I mean, Bork, a triple threat back there. He's got 3 backs behind him. He can also roll out. He could pass. Just a sophomore right now. Not the biggest, not the quickest, but you know what? He knows the playbook. And especially in that first half, going back and forth. And here to sort of settle down his team, get the Cardinals with 14 points. Kearsarge has been shut out here in the second half.
Yeah, they have. And you know, the Cardinals defense doing a great job. But yeah, Henry Bork has really been a force in this game. And I could be wrong about this, but I believe last season, as a freshman, he was injured very early. And so he didn't get to play the entire year. And this year, he's been healthy, and he has looked great for this Cardinals offense. And he's really led this team. Right now, 44-32. Cardinals are going to pull this one out. And give a lot of credit to Henry Bork, the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. Congratulations to him.
Next week, our YCN Game of the Week will feature Hollis Brookline at Hillsboro Hopkinton. YCN High School football premieres each Monday evening at 7:30 after YCN News. 53 seconds to go after the timeout called by Kearsarge. They have none left. Stevens with 2. Pitch out to Bell, and Bell will stay in bounds as the clock will tick away. He picks up the first down, so the clock stops momentarily to move the chains. But the Cardinals are going to come away with a victory here and remain undefeated. So we're down to 46 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Stevens 44 and Kearsarge 32. A valiant effort by the Cougars. But it looks like in the second half they just got worn down. Cardinals put up 14 points. Kearsarge unable to put anything on the board in the second half.
Yeah, Kearsarge, they took a late lead in the second half with the turnover, with the interception. They were able to score a touchdown. Really thought the Kearsarge Cougars had the momentum. But the Cardinals came out very strong, shut down the Kearsarge drive out of halftime. They were able to score when they took over, and they have looked very strong here in the second half.
So after 62 points being put on the board for both teams, and Kearsarge with a 32-30 lead coming out of halftime, the Stevens Cardinals pop 14 on the board. And they will win this game tonight here on homecoming in Claremont at Barnes Park by a final score of 44-32. Stevens stays undefeated right now as they are 5-0 overall, 4-0 in league play. Kearsarge drops to 3-2 overall and 2-2 in league play as the Stevens Cardinals defeat the Kearsarge Cougars by a final score of 44-32. I'd like to thank the entire crew here at Barnes Park in Claremont, New Hampshire tonight. For Andrew Zerhide and Dylan Hand and Alex Dodge, my name is Dave Collins. Final score for the final time here from Barnes Park in Claremont. The Cardinals come back and get the victory over Kearsarge, 44-32. You've been watching high school football on YCN's Game of the Week. Have a great night, everyone.